Hi everybody, I'm Chad Elliott, and it's great to be here for the Cedar Rapids Public Library as part of the New Year's Eve celebration once again. I'm sorry we couldn't all be together, but I'm going to be playing some of the same songs I normally play, and we're going to have a little fun. So I'm going to say the little countdown's about to begin. Right about 30 minutes right now, so we're ready to play a little bit of music from this book that I wrote, called Wilderman's Treetop Tales, and the cover is the first song. The first song is called Deep Woods Jam. You can see that there are animals all jamming around a campfire, and if we were all together, that's what we'd be doing right now, and have you clap along a little bit. But first, I need to bring in part of my band, the harmonica. Yeah, that's right. I want to make a little bit of noise with this thing. I wrote this song taking out the stinky garbage. I was taking the trash out to the curb when I heard music from far away, and it sounded really quiet at first. It sounded like this. It got louder and louder and louder and louder, and then eventually I found out it was just a car driving by with a stereo, really loud. But I imagined if I was about 5 or 6 years old and I heard that music and I followed it deep down into the woods, and that's the scene I saw. A bunch of animals playing music around the campfire. And so I decided to write a little bit about it. Here we go. This is the song, Deep Woods Jam. You go outside tonight, if you go to the edge of the yard, over the hill, if you stand still, you can hear it if you listen real hard. There's music from somewhere out there, somewhere out deep in the pines. If you follow the sound way out from the town, here's what you might find. Little muskrats on guitar, wolves on the washed up bass, fox on the fiddle singing hey diddle diddle, or bears banging on an old suitcase, raccoon ripping on a reel, old owls hooting fast as he can, where all the birds sing like the first day of spring, stumbled on the deep woods jam. Here we go. Well, beaver is snapping his tail, coyote hits the old cowbell, a field mouse squeaks on the bucket that leaks, my turtle taps along on his shell. Tell me, what are you gonna play? The reeds or the old tin can? You can take your pick, starting real quick, all's welcome at the Deep Woods Jam. Well, the muskrat's on guitar, wolves on the washed up bass, fox on the fiddle singing hey diddle diddle, or bears banging on an old suitcase. Tell me, what are you gonna play? The reeds or the old tin can? You can take your pick, we're starting real quick, all's welcome at the Deep Woods Jam. Yeah, you can take your pick, we're starting real quick, everyone's welcome at the Deep Woods Jam. Here we go. Let's jam out. 1, 2, 3. All right, that's Deep Woods Jam. I know some of you were clapping along there because it's New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. Okay, here we go. This next one is about a treehouse. I always wished I had a treehouse when I was little. And I even imagined a treehouse. My friend had a treehouse. We'd go down the street to his house and we would stay in this treehouse. And I was always a little bit scared of the dark. And my friend, he would be snoring. He'd fall asleep right away after we told these scary ghost stories. And I'd be talking to myself, I think, and he'd be like, and I couldn't sleep at all. I was so scared. So I would nudge him awake. And he'd go, and I'd say, hey, Chris, can we go inside? It's kind of cold out here. And it would be in the middle of the summer. You think it was cold? It wasn't cold. I was just a little scared. So he would be such a good friend. He would look at me and then he'd go, yeah, it's kind of cold. And then we'd go inside and he wouldn't say another word about it. Isn't that a good friend? It's a good friend that doesn't make fun of you for what you're afraid of. And we should be good friends to each other, right? Right. All right. So I imagined my own treehouse, though, instead of going over to my friend's house. And this was the treehouse I imagined. This is a song I wrote about my dream treehouse. You could see all the animals in it. You could see that there's butterflies and caterpillars, and we piece it together with boards. There's cats, there's dogs, there's even a grizzly bear. Not that I'd want a grizzly bear visiting my treehouse. But I'm gonna play this one here, and it's really easy to sing along to. And it just goes like this. I'm gonna play a little harmonica on this one too. But it goes like this. I'm building a treehouse in my backyard. And I just say that again. I'm building a treehouse in my backyard. And I say it one more time. I'm building a treehouse in my backyard. And I just add, won't you come play with me? Yeah, you want to try it together? Let's try it. I'm building a treehouse in my backyard. I'm building a treehouse in my backyard. I'm building a treehouse in my backyard. Won't you come play with me? Easy enough, right? I'm gonna play a little harmonica here. It'll hold 9 dogs, 33 cats, 55 bullfrogs, 27 bats, 95 butterflies will be flying through the air. Baby, just one grizzly bear. Oh no, here we go. I'm building a treehouse in my backyard. I'm building a treehouse in my backyard. I'm building a treehouse in my backyard. Won't you come stay with me? Yeah, harmonica, here we go. My mom says it's alright, maybe I can stay the night. I'll bring my sleeping bag, zip it up real tight. We'll stay up really late, telling tales about ghosts. Those are the tales we like the most. Everybody, here we go. I'm building a treehouse in my backyard. I'm building a treehouse in my backyard. I'm building a treehouse in my backyard. Oh, and if one of us gets scared, we'll both go inside. We won't have to be embarrassed at each other's sides. 'Cause you are the best friend that anyone can find. I've got your back, you got mine. Everybody ready? I'm building a tree house in my backyard. I'm building a tree house in my backyard. I'm building a tree house in my backyard. Won't you come play with me? What would you have in your tree house? Would you have butterflies? Would you have lots of snacks and foods and sugary candy? Or would you have apples and oranges and grapes? Oh, think about it. Maybe you could get a piece of paper and draw it sometime. You could imagine your own treehouse. Here's a little harmonica to give you some thinking power. Here we go. One more time. I'm building a tree house in my backyard. I'm building a tree house in my backyard. I'm building a tree house in my backyard. Won't you come stay with me? Yeah, won't you come play with me? That was great. If you sang along, maybe you have an idea now what your treehouse would be. All right. Well, I am here to introduce you again. If there's newcomers that just came to the channel, I'm Chad Elliott, and we're doing part of the New Year's Eve celebration that the Cedar Rapids Public Library always puts on. And since we can't be together, they've asked me to sing some songs like I normally do. And I'll tell some stories from this book that I've written called Wilderman's Treetop Tales, and I've illustrated. I'm an artist, and I know that a lot of you are too. A lot of kids are, and some adults. Hopefully they stay artists. But these are some of my paintings. All these in my book are the paintings. This is a big painting I do. This is at our living room. I put it up, and I painted it like a cave. No, it doesn't look like a cave, but like a caveman on the cave wall. I decided to paint a whole bunch of colors. Well, before we move on to the next song, I'm going to say a little poem here, just to kind of change it up a little bit. This one is all about getting outside. And I know it's cold right now, so it's kind of hard to, but it's called Fly. And you can see there's a guy with a fly on his forehead, right? Okay. Like this. It goes like this. There's a fly on my forehead, and it's hairy and mean. I don't want to touch it. It's the biggest I've seen. Though it won't go away, it sits there to stay, and I'd like to go outside to the park and play. But this fly on my forehead has been here all day, and everyone's tried to shoo it away. But this fly on my forehead just won't fly away. And as you can see, his little sister is ready with a fly swatter. The best part about being an artist is, or a songwriter, you can create your own worlds. And as you can see, I've included a little bit into this world. I've included a Venus flytrap. I've included a bird who flies. Put some birds up here. I like to kind of throw in a little humor in there. There's even a Dream of Flying painting on the wall. So then that Dream of Flying painting is actually in this book. Was this one right here. It's on that same painting. So That's the fun part about being an author or an illustrator or a musician. You can create your own worlds just to live in for a little bit. Okay, here it is. This is the first alert. This is your 15-minute warning. 15-minute countdown. We're going down to 0, and 15 minutes now is started. All right. I'm going to do another song here. This is all about winter. Since we're in the middle of winter, I have a story. Everybody used to go on the skate ponds. You guys know about the skate ponds? You go out on the pond and you can go skating. Well, I imagined if I were to go skating, what could happen? And I thought, what if everyone became human dominoes? One person started slipping and then they all start slipping. So that's what this song is all about. It's called Human Dominoes. You ever slipped on the ice? It doesn't feel good. All right, here we go. I look outside, the snow is a-falling. My snow boots and my mittens are a-calling. Well, they're leading me down to the skating pond outside the town, which reminds me of the day that we all fell down. I tumbled into Mary Lou. Mary Lou knocked into Betty Sue. Oh, Betty Sue fell into Joe, saying, hey, what do you know? Now we look like human dominoes. Well, it took off from Joe and kept a-going. The ice was slick, there was no way of knowing. Oh, much to my dismay, when we headed out that frigid day, no one knew the game that we would play. Well, Joe toppled old Lady Judson. Old Lady Judson tipped over Tim Hudson. Oh, and Tim tripped over his toes, saying, hey, what do you know? Don't we look like human dominoes? Now all of this falling should have come to a stop, but that's when the other shoe was about to drop. Because Tim was flapping his arms, hoping he was safe from harm. But everything unraveled just like Grandma's ball of yarn. In fact, Grandma was the next in line to go, and she knocked into Riley real slow. Then Riley hit the bank, and as he landed in the snow, he said, hey, what do you know? Sometimes that's how it goes. That's the game of human dominoes. Yeah, that's the game of human dominoes. That's the game of human dominoes. All right. Isn't that silly? That's a silly song. All right. Well, that's what I'm here for silly songs. Oh, let's do another one here. I'm just going to flip through my book just so I know what I did do and didn't do. Want to hear another poem real quick before the next song? Umbrella. Don't hold too tightly to an umbrella in the wind. Just let go when it starts to blow, or we'll never see you again. You floated off. All right, let's do a little grandpa song here. I'm missing my grandpa these days, and he used to take me fishing all the time. Do you guys like fishing? I do. I like fishing a lot. And when I was a kid, I really liked it. So I painted a picture of my grandpa. My grandpa used to take us all over fishing. And sometimes we'd go to Colorado, trout fishing. We go up to Canada. We went to all these little ponds in Iowa. You can see there's a little kid with his grandpa. That's supposed to be me and my grandpa. So he used to take us all over. And one time I caught a ladderfish. A ladderfish. You ever catch a ladderfish? No. Me neither. And it was actually a tree branch that looked like a ladder. It was like pulled it out slowly out of the pond, and my grandpa goes, "Look, you caught a ladderfish." And I thought, what? That's a ladderfish? For the longest time I believed it was a ladderfish. It was not. Anyway, this is a song I wrote for my grandpa called Fishing Trips. And I'm going to put a harmonica on for this one. All right. Here we go. He'd say, grab the pole, grab the bait, grab that tackle box, let's not wait. We gotta go to that nearby creek, see what fish is in there waiting for me. Remember that time we fished until dawn, camped on the edge of Grandpa's pond. We nearly froze, had not one bite. That's still one of my favorite nights. By the crackling fire, stories get told. Some still new and some real old, but the old ones change with every tell, 'cause Grandpa used to tell them so well. And he'd say, grab the pole, grab the bait, hey, grab that tackle box, let's not wait. We gotta go to that nearby creek, see what fish is in there waiting for you and me. And sometimes we would stay up really late. If I got scared, he'd tell me to wait. Pretty soon there'd be a little tug on the line, and I'd reel one in. Forget the time, I'd forget about the worries out in the dark woods. With a fish in my hand, I'd be feeling pretty good. That's how Grandpa taught me about life, on them fishing trips, on them cold dark nights. What kind of fish do you guys catch? You guys catch bass? You catch sunnies, bluegills? I once was told a kid in one of my concerts said he caught a shark. I wasn't sure if that was true or not, but that I was impressed if he was true. All right. Well, welcome to the New Year's Eve. If you've been with me, great. If you haven't, if you just dialed in, I'm Chad Elliott, and I'm part of the New Year's Eve celebration the last few years at the Cedar Rapids Public Library. It's always a fun time to be a part of that, and stick around. There's for the countdown, you know, we count down usually out, and we have a big balloon drop, and it's pretty amazing. But since we can't be all together, we're doing this, and you'll be able to just be a part of it, at least something together, right? I should mention, we've got almost 5 minutes left. This is a 5-minute warning. So I'm gonna do one more song, maybe tell a little story, and then we'll count down from 30 seconds. We'll talk a little bit, and then we'll do 10, 9. I'm not gonna do it yet. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna make sure. I'm sorry, my phone just did something weird. Okay, here we go. This one here is a fun one because it is about a little bit. It mentions the clock ticking down, and it's actually about chickens. Chickens. See what I mean? You can write about anything when you make up your own stories. This one is all about chickens. It's called Chicken Picking. And you can see there's a clock because in the poem I wrote, which turned into a song, it's all about a fox eating all the chickens. So, the poem, I read it like this. Well, the fox is fast when he's chicken picking. You can try to time him with a clock that's... Wait, no, that's not right. Well, the fox is fast when he's chicken picking. Yeah, you could try to time him with a clock that's ticking. But even as you read these rhymes I've written, with each page you turn, his pace has quickened. So you can fret and fuss while you stay sitting. Get so mad that your teeth start gritting, but you'll still have some missing chickens. So why don't you put up a fence? You see this farmer up there in the door, up in the very right corner. He's yelling at the fox. But notice there's no fence around his chicken coop. So the fox is having a great old time. So it goes like this. Let me make sure I got my chicken sound. Oh, that works. That works. Okay. We'll start slow. We'll do it a couple times. Well, the fox is fast when he's chicken picking. Try to time him with a clock that's tick. Even as you read these rhymes I've written, with each page you turn, his pace has quickened. So you can fret and fuss while you stay sitting. Get so mad that your teeth start gritting. You'll still have a few missing chickens. So why don't you put up a fence? This is where the chicken choir is going. Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark. Here we go. Let's go a little faster. Because we're going faster like the fox. Ready? Well, the fox is fast when he's chicken picking. You're trying to time him with a clock that's ticking. Even as you read these rhymes I've written, with each page you turn, his pace has quickened. So you can fret and fuss while you stay sitting. Get so mad that your teeth start gritting. You'll still have a few missing chickens. Why don't you put up a fence? Here we go. All right, well, that's my chicken picking song. As you can see, it went faster and faster, just like what we're getting down to. We're getting down to only a minute left here on the clock. So what I encourage you to do is think about what you want to do when you're in your next year. We're starting a whole new year over, so you can start all over, fresh. That's what a lot of people do. They do a resolution, which means they're going to make some changes and stick to it for the next year. Okay, you guys ready? I hope so. I hope you're ready because we're now at the 30-second marker. 30 seconds right now. Okay. That means we're going to do some clicking. down from 10 with me. Here we go. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Celebrate! Happy New Year!